Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Chamber Check-In time. And today I have Preston Meyerhofer with us to talk about the new warehouse food hall. Hi, Preston.
Hey, Paula, and thanks for having me today. I appreciate you squeezing out some time for me.
Absolutely. Hey, we're open, right? We're
Yeah.
finally open after seeing all the construction and wondering the peering through the window, right? Um, and you opened on July 12th. And so that's, a couple weeks under your belt. How's everything going?
Going really well, actually. So the first week we opened, it was extremely busy. A lot of people, actually, all of us, didn't quite have a routine and set yet. So we were still kind of just running around with our heads chopped off a little bit. But day by day, we're starting to figure out to kind of how to work a little more efficiently, smoothly. So it's going good. The foot traffic is staying where it needs to be. So just kind of hoping for the rest to fall in place.
Okay. Well, these chamber check-ins are great ways to check in with our members, help educate our listeners and other members about what our chamber member businesses are offering as far as services and products. Um, and these chamber check-ins are brought to us by Delta Dental of Idaho. And Preston, you know that Delta Dental's Idaho's best-in-class leading dental insurance provider, and they've been doing it for 50 years. And with that, I'm going to share a fun factoid from their Truth series. Here we go.
Did you know that teeth are the hardest substance in the human body? I did.
I love those fun factoids. So Preston, warehouse, been open for a couple weeks, in the process of a couple years. Tell us a little bit about the history of the warehouse and how long you've been involved.
So I got involved late May, and at that time we were still working out of the Hawaii office, I think off 9th and Idaho in the area. So I moved in here about a month ago as well. But as far as the history goes, Geronimo and Hendrix, they wanted to put this place in an area that was a historical part of Boise. And essentially, this Bodo district was once like warehouses, train tracks, all that stuff, which kind of relates to the name of the warehouse. They wanted to kind of give a nod to the history of what this district was at one point. So if you come through the warehouse at one point, on the wall we have old photos of what this place looked like when Boise was just starting to blossom a little bit. We have old railroad tracks and all that stuff. So it's kind of a tip of the cap to how we got here today.
I love it. And that's one of the big things that the Hendrix Group and Geronimo Hospitality are all about is keeping the legacy and the historic flair of the communities that they invest in and build these amazing facilities. What's your background at work, Preston?
My background, so the last few years I was in hospitality as being a valet at the Grove Hotel. And that's where I met my current GM, Steve Steady. And the funny part is that the Grove and the warehouse are about 30 feet away from each other, 30 to 50 feet. So while I was being a valet, I was watching this whole structure slowly get built and built and built, but had no idea really what was going inside there. I just kind of saw all of this new stuff going up. So it was exciting, even though there was very little knowledge to the public what was even happening there. So yeah, and then they're starting to throw some more things in here that will probably increase the foot traffic for years to come here.
I love it. So give us a little sneak peek. I'll show a little some of the video that's on your website, but why don't you walk us through some of the things that you'll find at the warehouse?
So you'll find a lot of local restaurants and food trucks that you may have seen throughout your few years in Boise. A few of our tenants have actual restaurants as far as Waffle Love and I think Walk and Roll, but a lot of them were pop-up shops. They go to birthday parties or they have food trucks. So they've been in this area, but we gave them the chance to essentially work out of a brick and mortar. We give them space to run their business, and we got Angelo's Pizza, one of the best pizza I've had. we have a little bit of everything, which is kind of nice. So you come in here, you're not getting 3 of the same restaurants. You can bring a family in and have them all scatter, say, see you in 20 minutes, and then meet up. We got gas stones, as you see, amazing food. And the cool thing is about gas stones is they actually supply a few more of our tenants, Totally Toasted and Cafe d'Arte, with their bread. So it's kind of cool having one of our tenants supply bread for a few of our tenants, which kind of it kind of has a good cohesiveness to the process.
You got a little flavor of everything. We're looking at Rush Bowls and Waffle Love, and like you mentioned, Neighbor Tim's Barbecue. And there you are eating some chicken. I love it. This is a really neat place that it brings, all these different culinary offerings in one place. And how many vendors do you have currently?
So food vendors right now, we have about 8 open. Come October, we'll have about 4 more open. So come October, we'll have a place called Idaho that's based in Ketchum, Idaho.
Yeah.
They'll be here. We'll have a Freshies lobster roll. They'll be here in about October. The Last Call, it's a Baja Mexican food. And then we're in the process. We have one more spot filled out, and it's not quite sure what type it's going to be, but it's going to be something along to do with sushi, kind of that type of food, but we're not exactly sure who it's going to be yet.
Hey, if you're a local foodie and you're a producer, maybe you're an aspiring restaurateur, how do we connect with you for the space?
So through our space, we have these big posters with a QR code that kind of just says join the club or join the fun. And essentially it gets you in touch with the people in Geronimo who are responsible for handing out the leases. So you go through your numbers, your type of food, kind of what you want. And they kind of pick from a pool of people of what would best fit with what food we have currently, what space would this work out for you, and just kind of the overall nature of this Boise area.
And you have the space for how many total vendors? What does full look like for the warehouse food hall?
Full is going to be 20 vendors, but it's not all food. So full is those 12 food vendors, I believe, with 2 of the bars, the loading dock and Camp Cocktail. We have 2 retail areas for people to sell their clothing or like clothes shops that we have. Right now in one of our shops, we have a company called Idaho Live-In.
Yep. And
they've been here for about a month now. And then the other one's going to be Treefort and the movie theater. And those round up the other tenants we have.
Tell us about that. And that leads to my next question. With the groundbreaking of the Treefort area, the concert kind of hall, and then with the movie theater build, I know that's going on right now. How does all of that connect?
So if you're from the area of the old Office Max, that got totally redone, and that's going to be Treefort's headquarters. And there is a door that is direct from the warehouse to Treefort. So it's literally probably 15 yards away from office right now, actually. It's about 1,000-person venue. They'll have one of the bands play once a week. So besides having one huge blowout weekend, they're going to have it 52 times a year, once a week.
Wow.
And eventually they're going to have some concerts on the rooftop with the bar and stuff like that. So hopefully next spring, when it gets a little warmer at this time, we'll be listening to music outside and have some drinks in the bar.
Wow. What about the movie theater? Is that integrated as well?
Yes.
I can bring my family. We can come have some food, some drinks, and then go see a movie and come back down. Tell me about that.
Oh, totally. So the movie theater, there is a wall on the west side of our building, and about probably a month or so, we're going to break that down, and it's going to be a direct access to the theater. So you can essentially hang out at the warehouse, have your drinks, have your food, and then walk directly to a movie theater. And the theater is bought by Cinema West from the Village. So it's going to be like serving cocktails, food, the recliner. So it's gonna be a good movie theater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so cool. What a great addition to our fun right in downtown Boise. Hey, tell us about any upcoming news or weekly events that you'd like to share while I have you.
So every Thursday from 5 to 8, we have live music, and typically so far it's people who are local, and it's a little bit of everything. We've had a DJ, we've had a folk singer play some guitar. So it kind of just, it's no specific genre, just kind of because we have a whole different type of demographic every day, all times of day. So it's a little bit of everything. We yesterday we actually had a magician working behind the bar doing tricks, old tricks and stuff like that with people drinking. So it's just kind of one of those things to kind of keep the foot traffic consistent. But especially when like our next 6 vendors come in, I think the foot traffic in this place is going to double and triple.
Well, I know that everybody, the first question is, where's people going to park? I was like, people get everywhere they need to go.
Exactly.
There's lots of parking garages to use. There's street parking. How are you answering those questions, Preston?
So, I mean, I do understand because downtown Boise isn't usually the easiest place to park, but we do have garages, and comparably speaking to like other cities, paying that $8 for a while isn't going to be the worst thing. But essentially, it is hard because there are garages all around us, but a lot of times it's just kind of with all these one ways and stops. If you're not from the area, it's kind of hard to maneuver yourself down here. So usually what I just say, just kind of do your best at finding a street parking in a garage. It's kind of hard to direct people from there. I'm still working on the right verbiage for that.
It'll never stop. It'll always be an issue.
It sure will be too.
But there are plenty of parking garages around here. There's one right across the street. There's like 3 right across the street from y'all, and there's one in our building. Anyway, I digress. Hey, what else? We've got the 12 food vendors currently. We've got some retail. We've got the 2 bars. We're going to be connected to the Treefort and the cinema. And then obviously you still have the Still ice cream and Cafe de Art, all there. I think it's just a great accompaniment to everything that the residents are looking for in a quality downtown. Also, why I have you, tell me about staffing. How are you getting your job done out there, and how are you finding good quality people, Preston?
Well, so it's actually been kind of a fun process. It took a while to get these candidates because a lot of people weren't sure what the warehouse was. So a lot of people weren't sure what they were applying to, whose people were reaching out to them. So right now we have about 40 people working with us, and we have public attendants and bartenders, and then the 6 people in management. And as far as our PAs, we have a lot of kids who are summer kids who are looking for a part-time job. So we're shuffling about 20 of those kids in 5 hours a day, kind of just, awesome, doing that thing. But yeah.
Okay. Well, Preston, thank you so much for your time today to help share a little bit more about the warehouse food hall. You know, the opening's one thing, the lead up to that, and then now's the time. It's full gas pedal down, right?
Totally. Totally. And I'm sure we'll have a second opening once all of our vendors get in. I'm sure we'll have a second blowout opening and kind of right to the public.
I'm going to put your website, it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, warehouseboise.com. If you haven't been yet, you've got to go. I went for lunch the other day and it was so vibrant. And I was having a lunch meeting, and I was able to go to one place. One of my clients went to another place. We just met and we just enjoyed that. And the atmosphere is so cool and so unique. I mean, there's food halls around the country, but this one's different, and it's special and it's unique, and it keeps that history of the original warehouse district kind of intact. And that's really, really cool.
Totally. And one of the big things that Geronimo and Hendrix, one of their big things is molding a new status quo. If it's been done, or if you see it a lot, that's not how they want to do things. So we're very big on kind of trying to blaze a trail and breaking the status quo. So, and all of the things that they have built and run, they all have the kind of same rustic and super innovative look to them.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. Well, hey, I know you're busy. You got plenty to do. Preston, thank you so much for your membership with us. Thanks for your time today. And I'm excited to see you next time and we can cheers.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be here. I'll see you all.
Awesome. Thanks, Preston. Bye.
Thank you.